Hi, I'm Kat Kalashian for Live and Invest Overseas, and today we're taking a quick look at Colombia's 3 most popular destinations. If you'd like to know a little bit more about the country in general as a whole, check out last week's video that we posted on the pros and cons of moving to Colombia. This week, though, we're looking at some of the most popular cities, places that we've been reporting on for decades. We know many expats who've been living there. We've lived ourselves, in fact, and we know very well personally. So let's get started. Cartagena, one of Colombia's most well-known cities, is right on its Caribbean coast up on the northern side of the country. It is a colonial walled city surrounded by the bright Caribbean Sea and fringed by white sand beaches. There's a good reason that this is one of the most well-known cities in the country. It's a 490-year-old city, and it's been a revelation for a long time now for both investors and for retirees, and now for digital nomads increasingly. It's got a population of about 1 million inhabitants, and it's the 5th largest city in the country and the 2nd most visited city after Bogota. It deserves its worldwide reputation. It's this historic walled city. It's been named a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The architecture is just magnificent. It's a beautiful example of Spanish colonial architecture in the region, and it's in a really impeccable state of preservation, unlike many of the cities from around that era in this part of the world. Unlike many places in the Caribbean, Cartagena has drinkable water, along with dependable phone service, electricity, and high-speed internet. And this isn't something to be taken for granted because along the Caribbean, there are many stretches that are very poorly developed or that are not quite wired yet for phone service or high-speed internet. So that's something not to be taken for granted. It's also a first world city where you'll find plenty of shopping options, from the mom and pop shops to upscale boutiques to several large modern shopping malls that would rival those in Medellin or Bogota, some of the 2 larger cities in the country. And as I mentioned, it's really one of the most visually stunning cities in all of South America. The real estate here is active and very undervalued still. Construction standards are very high, even in the older buildings, yet prices are lower here than you'll find in many Caribbean markets. It's a remarkable value given Cartagena's quality of life and amenities, which are, again, some of the best in the entire region. Cartagena continues to boost its profile as a prime travel and investment destination. It's teeming with culture, liveliness, boasts a wide range of wonderful amenities and things like outstanding cuisine, the amazing tropical climate, a bustling city center, bohemian neighborhoods. It's both dynamic and livable, a true Caribbean marvel in this region. Number 2 on my list is Bogota, which is right around the middle of the country, much further south than Cartagena. What you will encounter in Bogota are fine art museums, art galleries, cafes, restaurants, lounges, dance halls. Bogota is the fastest growing major city in Latin America, so it's no surprise that it's so full of culture and entertainment. It's got more than 100 post-secondary institutions, and it's even been dubbed the Athens of Latin America, thanks to all of this educational opportunity. And to satisfy all of those inquisitive student minds, Bogota has more than 50 museums, 60 art galleries, 30 libraries, 40 theaters, and 150 national monuments. So very well populated and supplied with things to keep the student or the visitor very busy. Many of these sites and museums are located in the historic neighborhood of La Candelaria, and often the entrance is just a couple of bucks, sometimes even free. Plato, Socrates, Aristotle, I think they all would have had a field day here. Colombia's history and artwork are not the only types of treasure on display in this wonderful city. The Gold Museum, of which South America has plenty, this one has 35,000 pieces of Chimbaga gold, which is the largest collection of pre-Columbian gold in the world, which is quite a statement. It's fun for the whole family across this whole city, and especially the Children's Museum. I have to give a shout out to this as a mother. It's an 86,000 square foot exhibition space for science, technology, culture, and the arts, and it sees just thousands and thousands of visitors, mostly under the age of 11 each year. So fantastic culture of education and fostering an appreciation for the arts, sciences, and culture here. And those fun learning opportunities are not just for kids. The city's planetarium, which is located in Independence Park, offers a stunning laser light show as well as a beautiful view of the skies above. For the sports fan in Bogota, it's all about football. That is not soccer and not American football, which is what you'll hear American football called anywhere outside of the US. And anywhere outside of the US, soccer, as we know it, is called football. But if you call it soccer, you'll get a couple of funny looks overseas, especially in Colombia. Of course, being a student is not all about lectures and archives. In Bogota, the motto is learn hard, play hard. The Zona Rosa is Bogota's top-tier nightlife neighborhood with clubs, pubs, and eateries scattered all throughout. And if you can arrange the transportation, Andre Carneres is a 3-square-mile entertainment complex just outside the city limits. It's a great time for folks who enjoy a bit of nightlife and a little bit of chaos in their evening. 11 dining areas, 2 dance floors, 5 kitchens, a climbing wall, and there are thousands of visitors there any given weekend. So Bogota is definitely a place to go if you are looking for entertainment at your fingertips and don't mind being a bit landlocked. There's no access nearby to the beach here. All right, those are our top 2 cities. I'm going to continue with our number 1 favorite city in Colombia, but I want to tell you first about our exciting Colombia workshop, which is coming up. If you're interested, please click on the link that is showing up on your screen. It's a day where we'll all get together virtually with my fellow editors and I, along with all of our well-vetted professionals and expats who are living in Colombia as we speak. So a really great way to learn about living in Colombia, whether you're looking to move as a retiree, as a family, as a digital nomad, or just as a visitor or an investor. This is an event not to miss, and it is just a single one-day virtual workshop, so easy to fit into your schedule. Replays available, of course. Again, if you're interested, click on that link on your screen or look in the details below for a link. All right, let's move on to Medellin, our top tier choice for living in Colombia. This is a place where I've spent a lot of time myself. My family owns a home here. We usually spend a good amount of time there each year. And of course, most people know it as what was once one of the most dangerous cities in the world, but it's a global success story. Colombia's second largest city, which is Medellin, has been awarded the World's Most Innovative City Award, which beat out Tel Aviv and New York the year it won that award. So it's an incredibly forward-thinking, techno-advanced city. It's a state-of-the-art city, really, and it more than makes the grade for those who enjoy a cosmopolitan, first-world cultured lifestyle. It really sets the standard for world-class city living in this region and does so at a surprisingly low cost. The weather here is amazing. They call it the city of eternal springtime because it's pretty much 70 degrees year-round, day in, day out. It's full of open-air gyms, pedestrianized streets, parks, outdoor eateries. You could live in shorts and a t-shirt every day of the year. It's never too hot or too cold. The other side of that is that you'll never need to pay for heating or cooling living in Medellin. It also means you can just leave your windows open all day long and enjoy that gentle mountain breeze during the day and all night long. The city is clean, modern, first world, has well-maintained roads, a wonderful metro system, pure drinking water, modern cable TV, and high-speed internet. And like Bogota, it really appreciates and puts a high standard on its level of education. It's really the priority throughout Colombia, education at all levels. So you'll see signs everywhere advertising their museums, their schools, their universities, etc. To that end, there is a rich cultural scene here with orchestra, theater, countless events every year, every month really, shows, an annual symphony season. So really, you're not giving up anything. You could move from Manhattan to Medellin and not really see the difference in terms of the level of culture that's available to you here. And if you like eating out, this is one of the best cities in the world. From fine dining to quaint little sidewalk cafes, you'll find everything from the elegant restaurants that would compare with any I've seen around the world with respect to their variety and creativity, and the little cafes that are just too numerous and diverse to get into. But once you get here, you'll see how creative and really at the fore of innovation the cuisine scene here is. It's quite surprising. You can also get by living in Medellin without a car, which is something you can't do in many Latin American countries or cities. Everything is so close at hand within a given neighborhood that you can comfortably walk to the gym, the bank, go shopping, go to a couple dozen restaurants or cafes without breaking a sweat. If you'd want to go farther, you could catch the metro or a taxi, which are plentiful and very safe and polite. And they cost just $1 or $2 to get you across town. There are also plenty of expats here, which can be a good or bad thing depending on your perspective, but in my opinion, it's better to have them and choose whether you'd like to spend time with them or not than to have none at all, because it does mean that there is a little bit of a paved path for fellow Americans or Canadians or other English speakers. More than ever before, there are Americans in Medellin from all walks of life: retired couples, single women, younger people with portable careers, families raising kids in local schools, and you can find them all easily if you want to. Or, if you'd prefer, you can remain among Colombians and avoid the expat scene altogether. This city is big enough that if you'd rather be on your own, you can easily do so, and it's very common to blend the two lifestyles. You can live or work in a Colombian setting and turn up at the pub to watch things like the Super Bowl or the Stanley Cup Finals along with your compatriots. And as I said, the cost of living here really can't be beat, and Americans have far more buying power here than they did even just a few years ago, thanks to the strength of the dollar. Not having to own a car and not having to pay for heat or air conditioning, of course, lower the cost of living even more, making this one of the best, highest quality lifestyles at the biggest bargain that we can find anywhere in the world. As I mentioned, there's plentiful, well-stocked shopping. You won't have to do without anything here. Medellin offers absolutely everything, from the old-fashioned markets to the shiny, gleaming supermarkets, and from discount clothing bazaars downtown to the exclusive boutiques in El Poblado. Practical matters put Medellin just over the top. It's barely a 3-hour flight from Miami, just over 5 hours to New York, so very accessible, on the same time zone as much of the United States. And again, if you're interested in a world-class city life at an amazingly low price, Medellin should be high on your list. So let's review those pros real quick. Who would be suited to live in Medellin? Anyone who appreciates modern conveniences and state-of-the-art infrastructure, especially in the medical arena. Medellin actually boasts 8 of the top 30 hospitals in Latin America. If you enjoy big city living and all the amenities that come with that, and you can tolerate a bit of noise and traffic, which comes with any city living. If you like to interact with friendly locals and you're willing to learn some Spanish, if you don't already speak the language. If you are comfortable with a small but tight-knit expat community. If you have patience and a sense of humor, that'll do you good all over the world, no matter where you're thinking of moving. If you enjoy a variety of foods at reasonable prices, if you prefer temperate weather without extreme conditions, and you're not a stickler for having 4 distinct seasons, and if you appreciate clean, green, walkable living environments, Medellin is definitely one of the places you should be looking at. But there is so much more to discover in Colombia. Stay tuned. We'll be following up this video with another on some of the lesser known havens in Colombia that we've gotten to know over the past decade or so. So if you're interested in Colombia, make sure to like and subscribe so that you'll be aware of the next time that we post a video, especially one about living in Colombia. Happy trails.